T minus 30 seconds. T minus 20 seconds. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I don't have to tell you things are bad. Everybody knows things are bad. It's a depression. Everybody's out of work or scared of losing their job. The dollar buys a nickel's worth. Banks are going bust. Shopkeepers keep a gun under the counter. Punks are running wild in the street, and there's nobody anywhere who seems to know what to do, and there's no end to it. We know the air is unfit to breathe, and our food is unfit to eat. We sit watching our TVs while some local newscaster tells us that today we had 15 homicides and 63 violent crimes, as if that's the way it's supposed to be. We know things are bad, worse than bad. They're crazy. It's like everything everywhere is going crazy, so we don't go out anymore. We sit in the house, and slowly the world we're living in is getting smaller, and all we say is, please, at least leave us alone in our living rooms. Let me have my toaster and my TV and my steel-belted radios, and I won't say anything. Just leave us alone. Well, I'm not going to leave you alone. I want you to get mad. I don't want you to protest. I don't want you to riot. I don't want you to write to your congressman because I wouldn't know what to tell you to write. I don't know what to do about the depression and the inflation and the Russians and the crime in the street. All I know is that first, you've got to get mad. You've got to say, I'm a human being. My life has value.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody, and welcome to Global Watchman News. I'm Lori Swan, and I hope you guys are all doing well. If you're in the live chat, we do this to keep it family friendly. There will be moderators in there to make sure that we stay within the terms of service put forth to us by the platform we're utilizing tonight. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Take a minute, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, so you know when we go live. All right, guys, you're getting lucky today. You've got the trifecta of truth today. This is show number 2, and we're going to have 3 today. If you guys didn't catch the last one, head on over, and after this is over, don't you leave now. Head on over when this is done, and watch the video I put up earlier talking about WEF and how they want to exterminate truth conspiracy theorists or truth tellers. So I did mention in that show, though, that every day we wake up and we look to see about where we are in the book of Revelation, and I gotta say, they don't disappoint. I'm really not surprised at the things that we're seeing happen right now, and I don't think you guys are either. Let's take a look. Sam Altman, I don't know if you guys know who Sam Altman is. Sam is he's the OpenAI CEO, and he's also the guy behind ChatGPT. What am I going to say? The videos that we see over on social media where people are like, this is my chat bot, or you ask AI to draw you a picture and stuff like that. This is the guy. This is the guy. And so what he did today, and let me get you, I got a picture. Here he is. This is Sam Altman. This is him. Young kid. Incredibly intelligent. I kind of question where his loyalties lie, I guess you would say. I think it's all about moving us closer. I think he is one of the foot soldiers of the people we talked about earlier with the WEF, ushering in this new world order, new world currency, you might say. But he launched this Worldcoin, and it eyeball scanning crypto coin. A cryptocurrency project described as being dystopian has been launched by AI entrepreneur Sam Altman. Worldcoin gives people digital coins in exchange for a scan of their eyeballs. Let me reread that line. Worldcoin gives people digital coins in exchange for a scan of their eyeballs. Let that sink in for a moment, shall we? For those of us over the age of 40, this is like, what? No. But anybody that's, a teenager in their 20s, 30s, they're all like, yeah, this is so cool. I'm going to side with us when we're going, no, thank you. I'm going to hard pass. In sites around the world, thousands of people queued to gaze into silver orbs on day one of the project's full launch. The BBC visited the scanning site in London where people received free crypto tokens after going through the process. Mr. Altman, the chief executive of OpenAI, which built the chatbot, ChatGPT, says he hopes the initiative will help confirm if someone is a human or a robot. Worldcoin drastically increases economic opportunity, scale a reliable solution for distinguishing humans from AI online while preserving privacy. Mr. Altman claimed in a launch letter on the company's website. Worldcoin also claims that its system could pave the way for an AI-funded universal basic income, but it's not clear how. Where have we heard universal basic income before? We've heard that through the WEF. We've heard that explained to us that this is something that they're going to offer everybody in exchange for them to welcome in the New World Order. The concept of a universal basic income sees all citizens paid a set salary regardless of their means. First step to this crypto utopia, as laid out by Worldcoin, though relies on getting millions, maybe even billions of people to scan their irises to prove they are human. Why do we have to prove that we're human? Humanoids don't exist. Robots that could be mistaken as humans don't exist, right? If we're to believe the scientists, they only have robots that are choppy. They're you could tell they're robots. They don't have the flow of the human body. They don't have the grace of the movements, the fluidity of the body movements, right? So why would people need to prove that they're not robots, that they're that they're human. Since testing of the scanners began 2 years ago, Worldcoin says more than 2 million people have been added to the crypto database in, get this, 33 countries. According to the company, most signups have happened in Europe, India, and South Africa. Despite the company's American foundation, the crypto coins are not being offered to U.S. citizens due to regulatory concerns. Now that the project has fully launched and the crypto tokens are available to claim and to trade, it's expected to grow even more popular. Worldcoin posted a picture online of people queuing at a site in Japan and said it plans to roll out 15,000 orbs in locations across the globe. The BBC went to try out at a pop-up site in East London and found a steady stream of people turning up. The process starts with scanning your face and iris to prove you're a human. It takes about 10 seconds to stare into the orb's camera lens and wait for a beep to confirm that it has worked. Interestingly, the orb operator says the silver ball used to talk to users, but customers' feedback described it as creepy, so they removed the voice. The next step is that your iris scan is given a unique number, which is checked against the giant database to make sure that you're a first-time user and you've never done this before. If so, the ball beeps again, and you know you are now in the database along with 2.6 million other humans at the time of this writing. 25 free Worldcoin tokens are rewarded on completion, which are currently valued at roughly $2 each. BBC will sell the coins one day once they are received and donate any money to children in need. By the time the BBC left the pop-up site, 13 people had been scanned. All were men in their 20s and 30s. I came after seeing Sam Altman tweeting about the launch of the 37-year-old Moses Saramga. I saw that you could get some dollars for it, so I thought, why not? It could die like other crypto projects, or it could be a big thing and go up in value. I didn't want to miss out. 23-year-old Tom also scanned his eyeball, but said he didn't do it for the money, and he doesn't think the value of the tokens will rise. I don't think any amount of money is enough of an incentive unless you live in a less developed nation, and don't think there's much possibility of it going further. Anybody else just shaking their head right now, looking at this? Let's take a look at this. People voluntarily lined up to have their eyeballs scanned with the line. Anybody else going, no? Hard pass on that. Hard pass on that. I'm just wondering the underlying reason for this. And I can't get past, why wouldn't they just say that they want to take they want to scan our irises to help grow the AI, to help grow this database that he has. Why would they want to test if a person is human or not? You see what I mean? Kind of, huh? Found a video that kind of explains all this, and I'm going to play it for you. And then we're going to end this and get ready for the show tonight at 8 o'clock, just a little over an hour, with Big John and Marcus Kaiser. Take a listen.
All right, so let's get into it today. Worldcoin has launched, and this is a project that is done by Sam Altman. And if you don't know who Sam Altman is, he is the creator, one of the creators, I should say, of ChatGPT. So we'll dive in deep, tell you exactly what it is. Do I invest in this token? Do I like the technology? We'll answer all those questions for you today. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into Tech Path. All right, a few things to start with. If you look at the charts and you look at some of the tokenomics behind this, there's some intrigue that you could look at. And you have to always remember that when you're investing in crypto, there are these projects that are called degens. And if you're brand new to crypto, maybe you're here on the first time, first thing I'd ask you to do is subscribe. But if you go into a degen token, it simply means it's a startup. Most likely, in many cases, they're not doxed, meaning you don't know who these people are that have launched these projects. The good thing is you know who Sam Altman is, and you understand what ChatGPT is. So maybe there's something here. So that's why we're doing a video on it today. If you look at the chart, 220 right now, down, of course, on the day of launch. 10 billion in overall total supply, max supply there at 10 bill, and then fully diluted market cap currently around 22 billion as an opportunity. So when you look at that, and then you also look at Etherscan, this, let me kind of zoom in on this. It's a little hard to see, but right there, you'll see the amount of holders that are currently in this token. And that's not a lot of holders. So this could be a good thing because that means that we've got some whales and some sharks that are investing into this. So maybe there is something here, obviously, behind the person who is running this whole idea. So OpenAI Sam Altman launches Worldcoin, the crypto project. And the concept is pretty straightforward. We'll get into exactly how it works, what it's going to do for society, what it's going to do for Web3, and kind of explain all that. But if you look at their video, it says follow Worldcoin on Twitter or download a World app. We'll talk about the app for the most up-to-date information on these orb locations. Now, what I'm going to play right here, let me kind of mute this so I can talk over this a little bit, is these are the locations where these orbs are being placed. So all around the world, these shiny objects that basically do eye scans to help get biometric data off of you. Now, many people would look at that and say, all right, this is already an invasion of privacy. It's already creepy. I'm not sure I would want to do this. The advantage with this is supposedly anonymous. So if you look at the app, you'll notice right there, proof of personhood, anonymous. This is what you would get once that you've done a scan. It goes into the Worldcoin app itself. All of this running on Optimism and Ethereum. So there is some uniqueness here, and we'll kind of break out how and why this might be important for maybe mankind. We'll talk about this as a bigger picture. And if you think about what Altman has done in OpenAI and obviously with ChatGPT, there's some real possibility here. On their Twitter account says World app is designed to be used by everyone. The native iOS, Android apps are around 18 megabyte in support, most active smartphones in the world, 92% around Androids, 94% of iPhones. So this is good. It's going to be almost ready to go on any iPhone and any Android that's out there, all gas-free transactions on the app itself. If you kind of think about this, though, it's a little creepy because this was coming from the movie Circle. And doesn't this look a little bit, dystopian? Anyway, I don't know. We'll see. I want to go into a clip here of Sam Altman kind of explaining a little bit more about what this is. Listen in.
The reason I was excited about it is as the world sort of heads towards powerful AI systems, I thought that if we could do something to eventually redistribute wealth through some sort of global UBI at scale, or maybe even access to these systems, which would be the most important component of wealth someday, and also be able to verify unique humanness with a different lens on how to preserve privacy, that would be more important as sort of AI advanced. If there's a non-fraudulent solution to that also is privacy preserving, that's kind of the goal.
All right, some good points there, and I think this is something that everybody is a little bit concerned with in terms of privacy and also personhood, in the essence of how AI could potentially dive into deep fakes a lot more. We've already seen this in the voice protocols that are out there with AI. We will see it in video, and it is going to be a problem that, just you being you and being able to identify yourself in for whatever purpose is a very, very important scenario, and especially in Web3, because digital ID will be everything. Today, it's all, you go to a website, you log in, you have your credentials and all that, but this is moving beyond that, because that can still be stolen. It can still be, that's why we have so much fraud, so much internet problems in terms of cybersecurity. All those kind of things could be solved around a system that has this kind of identity security. Now, the question is can they do it? Can they do it the right way? We'll kind of debate that a little bit throughout the video today. Worldcoin, if you go to their website, protocol to bring global proof of personhood to the internet, and I think this is important. It will open up some ID use cases. So remember, this is not that you would have to have it to do these kinds of things. This is just showing applications in which this could be utilized. So voting, social media, which I think is going to be a big one, wealth distribution, and so on. So DeFi and FinTech, obviously we know about NFTs and events, because, POAP's also very big opportunity there, just on proof of attendance. So there are some scenarios, and this is something we've talked about here on the show quite a bit, especially when it comes to Web3, because Web3, in our opinion, this is really the future of where technology is going. And a lot of people don't truly understand how much different it is than Web 2. I think with these kinds of technologies, it will accelerate it much faster. The question is, what does that growth curve look like? You also go to their website, it shows you there's going to be different layers of ways that you can integrate into this, this system. One, through the phone, then you go through other methods, probably desktop, etc. Face verification is coming soon, and then biometric via the orb. That's where you're going physically to an orb location, scanning your eye, and it's like the highest, what they call the highest attack cost, meaning it's the most secure against anything that could be cyber attacks, fake scenarios that go into your ID. And this is going to be very, very important in Web3, because your digital ID is more important now than I think it will ever be, because of the way that it can be used in so many systems so quickly. That's the big key, because today it's a little more difficult once that you get into someone, because you're using a different password word for that app, for this bank, for that bank, but once they integrate into your system, it's all a matter of time before they get a complete, jailbreak of what's happening. So this has some potential here, I think, in terms of technology and really the future of it. Right now, 2 million people have already gone in and actually done the physical iris scan to where this is going into a database. That's the real question here, is how secure is that? There are also potential points of failure. We'll talk about that in a minute and kind of go into this. But this is interesting too. Time to 1 million users. ChatGPT hits it in 5 days. Instagram 2.5 months. Spotify 5 months. 10 months on Facebook. Now I want you to think about this for a minute. We'll stay on the screen for a second. When Facebook first started to get to 1 million users, you have to remember the era of mobile devices did not even exist. Social media.
Okay. I think you guys get the idea. First off, the system that he's talking about that we're going to be integrated in the future is actually the beast system. And he said a few key words up here, when he was talking about it. He was saying that these programs like this will lead to a fair distribution of wealth. And this is something that we've heard the WEF talking about, this fair, and I'm using air quotes here. Define fair. What is fair? For somebody making $50 an hour and another person making say $20 an hour, would $30 an hour be a fair wealth distribution? It would be for that person who makes $20 an hour. They would up their wealth. But what about the person making 50? Now he loses wealth. So how do you define a fair distribution of wealth? Somebody who is a person who flips hamburgers should not make the same amount of money that a steel worker makes. See what I'm saying? So how are they going to define this fair distribution of wealth? It's trying to do away with the caste system. It's trying to do away with this, the low income, the medium income. But it's never going to do away with the wealthy, because none of this applies to them. They are already in a separate class. Every utopia or dystopian movie that we see, what do we see? Everybody has dropped in wealth. There's two groups of people. There's the wealthy and then there's the poor. That's when they say they want this distribution of wealth. It's among the upper middle class, and low income. You know, the dystopian movies where people are living in these ghettos. Or should I say 15-minute cities? See where all this is going? He said that they wanted to integrate systems. Again, a beast system. They want to integrate things. We talked about this the other day when we said about how they had launched the first FedNow, where everybody all your banking systems, all your banks were on separate servers and separate places. But now they were going to integrate them into one place, making it easier for them to track us in real time. Same thing here. He said they wanted to integrate system because people were using multiple passwords, you know, a password for this one, a password for this one, whereas if they integrate it, they would just need one password. Again, for anybody over the age of 40, that kind of raises a red flag. Anybody 20, you know, teenagers and 20s and 30s, it's like, oh my God, that's fantastic. I don't see it as fantastic. I don't want any part of it. I wish I could go back to the time before all of these air quote conveniences were introduced to us. They're getting us comfortable with giving up everything. You will have nothing and you will like it. Be aware. Do your research. We'll be back in a little less than an hour. I want to thank everybody in the chat room. I want to thank all of our moderators. And we will see you back here in just a little while. Again, special guest tonight, Marcus Kaiser, will be here with Big John. We'll see you then. And remember, till then, eyes open, no fear.